Hello everybody and welcome back to the channel. Today I have coverage of a new private series that I have entered, the MES series. It is a multi-class series and this is season 6 already, so yeah, I've been missing out quite a bit. This is round 4, it is at the Kyoto Driving Park Yamagiwa with the dodgy chicane. As you can see there, I've managed to qualify second in the M6 GT3, which you will be seeing quite a bit more of in the channel coming up in the next couple of weeks. Also in a BMW Cup, and that is also my selected car. But anyway, it is a 40-minute endurance race here. We're going to get going here now. My original plan was to pit twice on the softs only, then there was no requirements, but my plan already went out the window. As you see there, off the start I was hit in the back, and you can see there on my damage display there that I have rear wing damage. I didn't notice at the time because I was too focused on trying to break away here. The British guy in the Subaru was the guy to beat, but luckily I got the Australian in between myself and him. So around this long left hander here, you can see on my radar there that the Australian is near me, but in race pace and qualifying pace I was much quicker than everyone except for the Brit in the Subaru. So I knew that if I could just keep him in between myself and the Brits, I would have a chance to break away and hopefully get a very good result. But anyway, going down to the hairpin here, I still at this point hadn't noticed that I had rear wing damage, so I was pressing on as if everything was normal. But yeah, the series is a lot of fun. Multi-class Group 3 and Group 4 cars. It is managed very well. Lots of rules that take place after the race has been completed, so if the game doesn't pick up a penalty, because the penalty system is set to weak, because they don't want like door slamming to give away a 5-second penalty. So that's why that guy didn't get a penalty for running into the back of me. But the nice thing is that you can report an incident afterwards to the organisers, and they'll re-watch the replay and they will hand out penalties for the next race. But anyways, going up the twisty bit up the hill here, you can see made myself a nice little gap between myself and second, and as long as second and third battle away, that'll give me more of a chance to break away. Also, a nice thing about this series is that BOP isn't locked. Balance of power is adjusted by the organisers, so if you win a race you add weight to your car and such. So if you win a race you add 4 clicks of weight to your car, and second place 3 clicks, and so on and so on. So it all balances out to eventually the final race being pretty much perfectly balanced cars. The fastest cars will be the slowest cars, etc, and I think that's a great system. It's better than slapping on the BOP, because then cars like the Toyota Supra would still just be OP. But that car was not available for the championship. They selected cars very cleverly, ones that were pretty similar, such as the Subaru, the BMW, the Nissan GTR, and the Mercedes SLS AMG. But yeah, anyways, heading on to the third lap now, you can see that the Brit has got past the Australian. I think the Australian crashed off, that's why he's dropped down so low. But you see they have quite a healthy 3-second lead, but you can see the pace of the Brit. I mean, he is a lot quicker than myself, and he was catching me very quickly. He even had a weighted down car, because he is the series leader at this point and I was new, so I was running like the most powerful car probably ever will, and you can see how much time he's just pulling out of me. His Subaru must have been set up perfectly. But anyways, going down to this dodgy chicane here, I'm going to try and take as quick as possible. They get on the grass a little bit too much over the curb, not hitting the brakes and sending myself into the wall. A good bottled job if I've ever seen one. That was a huge mistake on my part. I don't know if the rear wing damage had anything to do with it, but I'm not going to blame it because I feel like it really was just my fault. So as I said at the beginning of the video, my original plan was to stop twice, once every 13 minutes, take fuel and a fresh set of racing softs, and that was my plan. But now that I have damage, my plan went out the window. So I'm going to pit at the end of this lap and try and see how I could go from there. My plan was here just to take no fuel, no tires, and just repair the damage and be on my way. But let's see what I do in the pit stop. You can see that myself and Road to Fury have used about the same amount of fuel, revving it out all the way to max. But yeah, I actually decided to take fresh tires, just so that with no fuel and push absolutely as hard as I can, repairing the damage and coming out right behind Road to Fury. I feel that he might have put fuel in, and that's why I came out so close to him, because he did pass me by quite a bit going after my accident. So this is going to be, I feel, my main rival in this tournament. One hell of a welcome to the tournament from Mr. Road to Fury. He very aggressive guy, and sometimes a little bit too aggressive, as you shall see. So going around the long left hander there, coming down the hill here, I'm just going to show him my presence by going left to the dodgy chicane. It's a terrible place to overtake, so he covers me off. He really shuts the door on me. So I was watching how he was driving very aggressively, and also it didn't help that the lag was pretty bad, probably on my part. To be fair, I'm in South Africa and he's all the way in Australia, and yeah, Australian internet is not famed for being super good, especially when you're playing with other people all in Europe and one person in Africa. So it's a lot of lag is bound to happen. Anyways, following the Australian now, going to go on to the 5th lap here. My plan really was to try and get past him as soon as possible, because I knew that in my race pace I was much quicker than he was. So I needed to get past him as quick as possible and try and claw my way back up to as high of a position as possible. But as you see there, going to the first turn, he literally just cuts my nose off, shuts the door on me, and just really Verstappen's me really. But it's one of those things. As long as I didn't get any damage, I just needed to move on, because I knew that I was much quicker, so I could make a move on him and be on my way. So going down to the long left hand here, you can see that we're catching up to the Group 4 cars now, and the Group 4 cars are okay in the corners, not the fast corners, the slow corners. They can keep up with the Group 3s, but in terms of straights and stuff, they stand no chance, so we're really going to catch up to them quickly. And where you would ideally catch up to them would be on the straights, but unfortunately myself and the Australian are going to catch them in probably the worst position here, down about the 10th. So I'm just going to take it nice and easy, be nice and calm, and just see what happens here. The Audi moves out of the way, but the Honda gets a clean breakaway. So now I'm flashing just to let him know that there are Group 3s behind him and he are much faster, so he should probably just move out of our way. But he is in a race of his own, so yeah. To be fair, as you see that he holds the inside line, I try and hang around the outside, but the straight line speed of the M6 compared to the Group 4 cars is immense. So I get past him pretty easily, getting a good run on the Australian here, going down the front straight, going down into the first corner. I was much quicker through this corner, I had a much better line. I could also carry much more speed. My settings was quite high downforce and a lot of acceleration, which I thought helped me a lot. But yeah, going up to the twisty bits here, you can see I'm really getting close to the back of the Australian now. He's getting all sorts of wobbly. Go to the outside, on the inside I'm going to hang around the outside, because there's so much grip with all the downforce that I could hang around the outside and get past him. But if you watch my radar there, the Australian just accelerates out and bumps me into the wall, and that gave me heavy engine damage. As you can see and probably hear, my car now has heavy choppy engine damage. So anyway, skipping ahead to lap 12, after getting repairs, taking more tyres, well, not taking tyres or fuel, just taking repairs, I catch up to the Australian once again. Now I knew that this guy was really not the cleanest person in the world, and he was going to be very aggressive about defending. So I'm going to go to the outside here. You see how he closes off. That's fine. I didn't have a nose in, so he didn't do anything wrong. And I knew here I was going to get a great run on him down the hill and just show my presence once again going into the dodgy chicane. I go far left, and he just comes over and he just breaks into me, and the lag bumps him off into the track, and that sends him flying. Luckily I got no damage. Fortunate for him, he did get damage, but that's just the way it goes. If you're going to defend that aggressively, especially with a laggy person, you are running the risk of being bumped off the track, and I think he learned that lesson pretty much the hard way. Anyway, skipping ahead here to lap 20 now, nothing else has happened in the race, so just trying to claw back as much as I can. I was running down the guy in third at about 2 seconds a lap. I was really running him down, like a lot. Coming here to a group 4, flashing, letting him know, like, get out of my way, going to the twisty bit here, and he's just going to go all sorts of sideways, and I'm going to run into the back of him, and I'm going to get myself some more heavy engine damage. So in the end I had to run back to the pits, get it repaired once again, take more tyres, a little bit of fuel, and just run to the end as fast as I can and just try and catch third. But as you see on the last lap here, I didn't manage to catch third place. If I didn't have the accident with the group 4, 100% would have been on the podium, but that's what happens in multi-class racing. Sometimes you collect a slower car and it's just the way that things go. But yeah, big congratulations to the guys who finished on the podium. They managed to keep it out of the dirt, and thus they got a very nice finish. So next round, I'm not too sure what it is, but you guys will see the highlights, and I promise I will do a much better job next time. But anyway, thank you so much for watching, guys. Please leave a like or subscribe below. It does mean a lot. We're up to 4 subscribers now, and I do appreciate that a lot. Alright guys, cheers, thanks.